Yeah, good morning everyone. Welcome to Master Stage and today we'll discuss about the Indian geography which is related to the Telangana TET. We'll discuss various transport systems, climates, okay, and I'll share the PPT. Okay, before that, let me have what exactly in our syllabus. So here the syllabus is mentioned here, Telangana Social Studies, in which there is a diversity on the earth. So geography of India and Telangana, physical features, rivers and other water sources. So we covered previous video, but until this one. Today we'll discuss seasons, forest, climate and its factors affecting floods and droughts, forest and animal wealth, soil, electricity, agriculture, mineral wealth, industries, population, literacy rate, density of population, then settlement and migration, transportation. So these are the topics I'm going to cover. Previously, already I covered from 1 to uh, fi- 5 chapters in diversity on Earth. Okay, today we'll discuss about the sixth chapter, Geography of India and Telangana, and let me have the PPT. Okay, if you're newly watching my channel, please do subscribe and share with your friends. PPT. Okay, this is the PPT I'm going to share with you. Okay, so in order to have this particular PPT, you can approach me. Okay, through WhatsApp or Simplicity. So we'll discuss seasons and transportation. Okay, it is very important not only for the TET examination, for those who are preparing for the groups also, it is very important. Okay, here, what are seasons? So, and what are the key facts for exams? So, seasons are periodic changes in weather conditions. So, it consists of temperature, rainfall, okay, and daylights that occurs regular intervals throughout the year. So they are caused by Earth's axial tilt, 23.5 degrees, okay, and revolution around the sun. So this you can check in this particular picture. So the examination point important is Earth axis tilt at 23.5 degrees to the orbital plane, then revolution period 365 by 1/4 days. Okay, so it goes around the sun. So hemisphere tilt towards the sun in summer. Okay, so it is very near in the summer, then hemisphere tilt away from the sun, it is in the winter. Seasons are affects agriculture, culture and ecosystem. So that is season, and examination point of view you can remember the same. Then types of seasons in India. Okay, so India has four seasons due to tropical and subtropical location, and it is significantly influence agriculture and planning and cultural life. The summer monsoon, then retreating monsoon, winter. So from March to May, the temperature between 40 to 48 Celsius. So it is hot, dry winds called Lu in North India. So they mask in the exams. So dry winds called in North India in summer, that is called Lu, and it is also called as it mango season begins. Okay, then monsoon. So it happens between June to September. So due to northwest monsoon brings 75 to 90% of India's annual rainfall, so it is critical and important for the kharif crops. Then retreating monsoon. so um, occurs between October November. So it is northeast monsoon, heavy rainfall over Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh coastal area. Okay, then winter. So everybody knows. Just when you're writing, use common sense and write the same. That will be helpful. uh, December, in between December and February, is a cool and dry winter most of India. It is ideal for rabi crops like wheat and mustard. Okay, these are the types of seasons in India. I hope you are with me. And if you are watching newly, please do subscribe and share with your friends and comment also. Okay, then here we'll discuss about the forest and introduction. Okay, we'll see. So forest is the largest land area dominated by which have trees, shrubs and other vegetations, so supporting a complex ecosystem in India. India has almost 21.7% forest cover the total area as per the State Forest Report 2021. Okay, so what is the importance of this forest? So it absorbs carbon dioxide, CO2, and releases oxygen. Okay, then regulate water cycle and prevent soil erosion. Okay, maintain local and regional climate balance. So why forest is matter for us? So for the economic and ecological and social, it is important. So economical, it gives timber, paper, then medicinal plants, honey, okay, etc. Ecological, it protects biodiversity hotspots and wildlife habitat. Then social, so livelihood for tribal communities. So this is the importance of uh, forest. So that is required for us. Okay, then we'll go to next slide. So types of forest in India. It is broadly categorized four types: tropical evergreen, then tropical deciduous, then thorn forest, then mangrove forest. So the tropical forest, okay, tropical evergreen, found in like heavy rainfall area like Western Ghats and Northern East. So trees remain green throughout the year. Okay, so dense copony, example for ebony and mahogany, rosewood. There is a tropical evergreen forest. Then tropical deciduous thing. It is mostly widespread type of India in India. So the trees shed their leaves in dry season. Example, teak and sal are dominant in tropical deciduous, found in basically in heart of India like Madhya Pradesh and Odisha. Then like will found in uh, arid and semi-arid regions like Rajasthan and Gujarat. So than plants like kakti, akakias, and so adapted, which has even though they have low rainfall, so it spares cover. Okay, then mangrove forest. So it is specially will found in coastal area, river deltas, then Sundarbans. Okay, is the world's largest mangrove protest coastline from erosion and cyclone. So you have to remember the tropical plants and like so you have to remember what type of forest they have. Okay, so this is the thing. Then we'll go to next slide. So climate and meaning concepts. So definition of climate. So what is climate? Climate is a average weather condition. So it places record over a long period of time. So weather is a short duration, whereas climate is typically calculated 30 years or more. So it includes temperature, rainfall, humidity, wind pattern. So India has a large tropical monsoon climate. Okay. Then there's a distinction between or key difference between weather and climate. Weather is a short term, so we can calculate day to day temperature, whereas climate, so it's a long term, 30 plus years average will be taken. So weather changes frequently. So like climate become relatively stable. So it says in weather today is raining, today is very hot. Whereas climate we say that this region receives 800 millimeter annual rainfall. So weather is calculated at a moment, whereas climate is calculated over decades. So these are the difference between weather and the climate. Okay, so this is the thing. Then we'll go to next slide. Okay, here the next slide, factors affecting climate. So what are the factors affects the climate? Okay, so there are multiple factors which determine the climate of any region. This frequently, so this topic may come frequently in TET examination. So latitude and altitude and distance from the sea, relief and winds. So these are the effects the climate. Um, Latitude means area near the equator, so receives more sunlight directly. So climate become hottest. Okay, higher the latitude, cooler the temperature. Then altitude, so temperatures decreases 6.5 Celsius per thousand meters rise. So if you go 1,000 meters goes away, then the temperature decreases minus 6.5 Celsius. So mountains like Himalayas are much cooler than plains. Then distance from the sea. Distance also affect the climate condition. So coastal area have moderate climate. This is the maritime effect. So inland areas experience extremes, very hot summers, very cold winter. So then relief winds. So mountain has the barriers to wind and rainfall. So Western Ghats causes heavy rainfall or um, windward side and rain shadow on leeward side. So these are the factors affecting climate. Then flood causes, effects and prevention. So why floods comes? Because we use due to excess rainfall and prolonged rainfall during monsoon. Okay, due to which the flood comes, overflows rivers like Brahmaputra and Ganga, deforestation, cutting like harshly the forest. Deforestation also reduce the water absorbs. Then cloudburst and cyclones, then poor drainage system in urban areas. So these are the causes. They may ask what are the causes of floods. So you're able to write the same or tick mark the same. So what is the effect of these floods? So loss of human life, people lose their mind, life and livelihood, like destruction of crops and okay, spread of waterborne diseases, displacement of communities, damages to infrastructure. So these are the effects of floods. How we can prevent? So mitigation, construction of uh, embankments and dams. So afforestation means you have to plant more trees to improve the absorption of the water. Then floodplain zone laws. Okay. Then early warning system, IMD. So there should be there. Proper urbanized drainage system infrastructure should be there. Here are the floods, causes, effects, and prevention. Okay. Then we'll go to the next thing. Okay. So here, drought, causes, effects, and management. So causes of drought. So due to uh, less monsoon rainfall, then over extraction of groundwater. So deforestation and degradation, okay, climate change, global warming. These are the causes for drought situation, how the land is appear here. So effects. So due to drought, what happen? Crops will failure. There is a food scarcity happen, drinking water scarcity. Then, so people migrate from rural area to the urban areas. Okay. So management strategies, how you have to manage this drought-like situation. So rainwater harvesting, collect the water and store water, rainwater. Then drip irrigation. So instead of use direct piping, you have to use the minimum water, okay, wastage. Then drought resistant crops. You have to, instead of using only rice and wheat, you have to use also the millets and sorghum. Then watershed development, so restore groundwater. Then use Mahatma Gandhi uh, National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, okay, so that that employment crisis also vanish away. So Telangana is of India's most drought-prone states. So Mission Kakatiya, Mission Bhagirath focuses about the water storation. Okay, so in order to manage the drought management strategy. So these are droughts, causes, effects, and management. Okay, I hope you are listening with me. Then we'll go to the next slide. Okay, forest and animals wealth. So India has one of the 17 mega diversity, uh, one of countries hosting 7 to 8% of all recorded global species in India. So forests are the foundation for the rich and animal wealth. So biodiversity hotspots in India, and it is very important for the groups also, those who are preparing for the diet set also, like those who are preparing for NCRT examinations, diet lecturers. This is very important. So biodiversity hotspots, we have four biodiversity hotspots: Western Ghats, then Himalayas, Indo-Burma, and Sunderland. So these are the hotspots. They they host and rare and endemic species. Then wildlife importance. So forest supports over 500 species of mammals and 1300 plus birds and 30,000 like insects species. Tigers, elephants, leopards are one of the horn rhinos or flagship species. So so conservation effects. So Project Tiger, 1973, Project Elephant, and Wildlife Protection Act 1972 are the key conservation and framework. India has 54 tiger reserves and 106 national parks. So this is a important point for the examination point of view. Do subscribe and share with your friends what is the topic you want from specifically for the TET related. You mention, I'll make it for you. Okay. Then we'll go to the types of soils in India. Okay. So the soils determined by the climate, parent rock, vegetation. So there are four types of soils in India basically. One is alluvial soil, then block, that is regular soil, then red and laterite soil, then desert, there is arid soil. So alluvial soil, it is the most fertile soil found in Indo-Gangetic plains. So it has rich in potash, ideal for wheat, rice, and sugarcane. Then it comes to the block regular soil. So it has a moisture, so retentive for clay soil. So basically it is there in Deccan Plateau, best for cotton, and also for the cotton is also called cotton soil. So black regular soil called as cotton soil. Then red laterite soil, so red soil. So it is a low fertility found in Tamil Nadu, Telangana. Then laterite leached found in Kerala and Karnataka highlands. Then deserts, it is a arid soil. It is very sandy, saline, and low moisture content found in basically in Rajasthan, Thar. Okay, then limited agriculture use without the proper irrigation. So these are types of soils in India. I hope you are with me. Okay, do subscribe and share with your friends. Then we'll go to the next slide. um, Soil importance and crops. So why soil is important for us? So soil is the foundation for all agriculture and food security. So the type of soil determines which crops you have to be grown and how much irrigation is needed and the productivity of your region. So conservation is therefore critical and national food security. So, like how you can conservation of this soil. One is contour plogging on slopes, then terracing on hilly area, then shelter belts like tree lines in desert area covers crops to prevent erosion. So this is the thing. So soil crop relationship. So these are the soils which is mentioned almost five. Alluvial soil. So through which crops we produce wheat, rice, sugarcane, jute, and block soil which for the is best suited for cotton, jowar, and soybean. Red, like we can produce groundnut and millets, tobacco. Then laterite, tea, coffee, cashew, rubber. Then desert. So in desert soil, what we can do? We can produce bajra, barley with the irrigation. So this is the soil importance and crops. Okay, and it is very important point of for the examination point of view, specifically for the TET purpose, Telangana TET purpose. Okay, it is a free content. Utilize the same. So only channel we have in Telangana English. Okay, electricity and source of power. So we have thermal power, hydro, hydropower, then solar power, wind power. Even we have the atomic power also. So thermal power. So it is a convention like uses coal, gas, or oil to generate the steam and drive turbines. So it contributes 60% of Indian electricity. Major plants in NTPC network, the thermal power. Okay, it is a 60% you have to remember. Then hydropower. So it generates from flowing waters. So hydropower means it comes from the water. Hydropower you can say. So the best example for the Bakra Nangal, Tehri Dam, then Nagarjuna Sagar. So through which we produce the clean and renewable resources. Okay, solar power. So we get the electricity from the solar, from the sun. So India aims for at least produce 500 gigawatts by 2030. So Rajasthan has a huge desert, Thar. Okay, so Rajasthan leads in solar capacity. Then Kamuti solar plant in Tamil Nadu is it is among the largest one in Asia. Then wind power. India is among the five wind energy producers globally. Okay. Then Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, and Rajasthan leads in this one. So Muppadal wind farm is a major installations. So these are the electricity and source of power. Okay. Then we'll go to the next importance of electricity. So electricity is a backbone for modern civilization. So in order to run the factories, even for the like charging our smartphones. So every sector it needs. So India per capita electricity consumption is a key indicator of development progress. Okay. So in Telangana, we get the free electricity in rural area, those who are living BPL, below poverty line. So this is a key indicator for the development. Okay. Then we'll check the thing why we need electricity for industries, for agriculture, for domestic use, for industries like factories, power factories, machinery, steel plants, textile mills. So without electricity, industries will collapse. Then agriculture. So in order to run the pump set for irrigation, cold storage for the produce, and as well as processing units, all depends on power supply, domestic use. So lighting, cooking, refrigeration, communication, and education. Electricity is important. So it is it gives a quality life for every household. This is the importance of electricity. Then agriculture overview. It is a quite lengthy class. Okay, so so you have to concentrate the same. Then agriculture types of farming in India. So then is these the three types of farming in India: subsistence farming, then commercial farming, then plantation farming. Okay, here subsistence farming means farming for self-consumption. So they have small holding of the land. It is a traditional method. Okay, not for the commercial purpose. Then commercial farming. So it's a larger scale. We use the mechanics like tractors, harvesters. Okay, so it is grown for the market purpose, commercial purpose, specifically in Punjab wheat belt. Okay, then plantation farming is a single crop for large estates like tea in Assam, rubber Kerala, and coffee in Karnataka. Okay, so why agriculture is important? So it employs 54% of the Indian workforce, and it contributes almost 17% to the GDP of India, gross domestic product. So it's a source of raw material for agro-based industries. So and foreign exchange through export, like rice, spices, etc. It is a foundation of the rural livelihood and food security. So India is the largest producer of milk, pulses, and spices. Then crop seasons of India. So we have basically three crops. Okay, Kharif, Rabi, Jaida season. Okay, so is like Kharif season. So the sowing take place between June and July is the monsoon outset. Harvested in which months between September October. So in Kharif we produce rice, maize, cotton, groundnut, jowar, bajra, and soybean. Okay, then we need through this high rainfall is dependent. Kharif season depend on high rainfall. Then Rabi season, which starts in the month of October to November. It is a post monsoon harvested in the month of March and April. So the crops wheat, mustard, pea, barley, then gram. Okay, water is needed, irrigation is required because it is itself is a post monsoon thing, October and November. So cool and dry condition is required. Then jade season, so which takes place in the March and April. It is a summer, harvested June, July. So the crops like watermelon, cucumber, muskmelon, moong, etc. we produce in Jai season. So water needed, heavy irrigation required for this. So you can take the screenshot. And also when I'm teaching something, it is the PPTs are made with the uh, putting lot of efforts and make the notes uh, tried to many of the students they write and they send to me through WhatsApp. Okay, I'm very happy, and people got 120 plus marks in previous states by watching my psychological child pedagogy as well as MCQs, where it is English, psychology, and social environmental paper one, paper two, and all. Okay, it is a excellent one. We'll go to the next slide. Okay, we learned about the Kharif season, Rabi season, Jai season, then mineral wealth of India. So key minerals how like coal. So major states like Jharkhand, Odisha, and Chhattisgarh. So why we use the coal for the power, steel industry. Then iron ore. So Odisha, Jharkhand, and Chhattisgarh will get. So steel manufacturing we uses. Then bauxite, Odisha and Gujarat, Jharkhand. So aluminium production, mica. So in Jharkhand and metallurgical industries. Then manganese. So Odisha, Karnataka for the steel alloy we uses. So importance of minerals. So we get the raw material for iron, steel, and aluminum industries. Coal is India's most important energy mineral. So mineral earns significant foreign exchange through export. It is a foundation for heavy and uh, engineering industries. So essential national defense and infrastructure. So here, India is the top five globally production in iron ore, coal, and bauxite. You have to remember the same. So industries in India. So typically there are three types of industries: primary, secondary, and tertiary industry. So primary industry means it's perishable like agriculture, mining, fishing, forestry. Okay, then so we get the natural extracts from the nature. Then secondary industry, manufacturing, construction process, etc. So making foods. Then tertiary industry, it is specifically service industry like banking, then information technology, transport, tourism. So tertiary sector is the largest employer today. Okay, so this is the thing. So the IT sector alone, 77.5 of India's GDP it contributes. Okay, this is the thing. And we have key industries region like Mumbai, Pune textile, Jamshedpur for steel, and Bangalore for IT. And it is a golden quadrilateral corridor. Okay, this is the thing. Then population and settlement. So India is one of the highest populated country after China. So population has India has 1.44 billions according to the 2023 census. World's most populous country nation. So density almost 480% per square meter. So it is depend on the region. Okay, then literacy rate. Okay, people are studied like 77.7 percentage on the base of census 2011. So highest in Kerala, 94% people got literated. Then the growth. So the population is declining due to better education and healthcare thing, as well as death rate also got decreasing. Then we'll check something. Yeah. Um the features of population, urbanization. So how it is there, like main occupation in rural area agriculture, in urban area industry and service. The population 65% people live in rural area, only 35% people in urban area. So facilities are very limited in rural area, whereas in urban area, huge advanced settlement size villages in rural area and cities and towns. So rural area to urban migration is a push factors. Okay, because poverty, drought, lack of jobs. So people forced to leave the villages and this is called as push factors. So poverty pushes, lack of jobs pushes to other areas. Then pull factors. So like urban area attracts for the employment, education, and better amenities. So this leads to rapid urbanization cities like Mumbai, Delhi, and Hyderabad. Okay. Then transports in India. So we have the transport system connecting the people, resources, and markets in India, one of the world's largest and most diverse transport systems. Highways, railways, airways, and waterways. India has the second largest road network globally. So almost 63 lakh kilometers we have national highways connecting the major cities. So NHAI manages highways development. Then railways, it's the fourth largest railway network in the world. So almost 68,000 kilometers. So the route length is there. It carries 23 million passengers daily. It is managed by the railway, Indian Railways. Then airways. India has 140 airports. So Indira Gandhi International and Delhi and Chhatrapati Shivaji Mumbai. So Air India and domestic for the Air India and Indigo is leading domestic operations. Okay, waterways. India has 12 major and 200 plus minor ports. So the national water, like we have Ganga, is the longest inland waterways. Then Mumbai ports handle the most of the cargo. This is the thing. This small presentation from my side. I hope you enjoy this particular session. Okay, we'll have then I'm closing here. Okay, if you are newly watching my channel, please do subscribe and share with your friends. You can also download Master's Teach app. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can contact me through this WhatsApp as well as through our community WhatsApp groups. Okay, thank you all. All the best for your coming TET examinations. We'll meet tomorrow, same time, with the next topic.